Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about flight attendant training and what to expect and tips on what I did to graduate and become a flight attendant. So I wrote some things down. So first I want to let you know that flight attendant training for me was very stressful because I left my banker position, that was a high paying job, to go to training, and it was a pay cut for me. So I had a lot to lose and I had to make sure that I passed. These are things that I did to pass. Number one is I studied very hard. So in the beginning of flight attendant training, for example, they are going to give you airport codes. So just make sure you study. And what I did to study was I used flashcards from the 99-cent store. I just bought the flashcards and I wrote everything down on what I need to learn. For example, the arming door, I had to write it down, and on the back I wrote the answer. I also used a highlighter on the very important notes whenever I was in class, and I took as much notes as I could in class, and I also sat in front of the class. I wouldn't be distracted, and I wouldn't have any distractions, so I sat in the front of the class and I made sure I took notes. Also, find a study buddy. So if you are the person that cannot study by themselves, find a study person and study away and try to practice with each other and give each other quizzes, because that helps out a lot too. And also what I did was I reread the material that was given to me, because I was a new flight attendant. I had never had flight attendant training, so I didn't know the lingo that they were talking about. So I would always reread what material they gave me and try to understand what they were saying. I also Googled a lot of stuff, because sometimes I'm like, what are you saying? I have no idea what you're saying. So I reread a lot of the material. And I also asked clarifying questions if I didn't know something. Also, try not to go out as much, because when you first start, you're gonna make friends and they're gonna wanna go out and party. But don't do that. Just stay in your room and study. I deleted my social media accounts when I was in training. I was not on Facebook or Instagram as much as I was now. But I also did that when I was in college too. And people are always asking me questions on what to expect in training. Every company is different, so you're gonna expect, it's kind of the same, but you're going to expect different things. So when you first are going to start, you're going to start out with the test, like I said, the airport codes. Practice your airport codes before you get there. If they don't already give it to you, Google what the airport codes are and study that really good. You're going to get thrown a lot of material at you. The main things that you're going to learn is the aircrafts. You're going to be on the aircraft, so you have to learn the aircraft. My company has 3 aircrafts, so I only had to learn 3. The E190, the A320, and the A321. Depending on your company, you might have to learn 10 aircrafts. So, and there's different models. The majority of it is the aircraft. You're also going to learn emergency equipment and where they're located. You also have to know the proper use of each emergency equipment. You have to know the use of a halon, which is a fire extinguisher, portable oxygen bottle, which we call a POB. You're also going to learn about an AED, which is an automatic external defibrillator, which is used for the heart. You have to learn the proper use of that. You also are going to learn emergency procedures, like emergency landings, emergency like water landings, land landings, how to prepare the cabin if it's planned or an unplanned. And then you're also going to learn emergency situations for medical, because you're going to have medical situations all the time. I cannot tell you how many times I've had a medical situation where I feel like I'm a nurse. We have people faint, we have people throw up. I've had people have a heart attack on my flight. I've had people die on my flight. I've had an emergency landing already. So you have to be really prepared in training. That's why you have to pay attention, you have to study. Because when you get on the line, real life situation, and if you don't study and you don't pay attention, it's gonna be hard. Probably gonna be unprepared. So they're really preparing you for real life situations, and it's an amazing training. My company was an amazing training experience. Although it was very hard, it was so amazing. I learned a lot. I honestly learned a lot about like emergency situation, like CPR. I never knew how to do that. Yeah, they really prepare you on real life situations. So just really study. That's pretty much my main thing out of this video, is to study the material, because you are not just serving Coke and chips and snacks. You're really gonna take care of the flight if there's an emergency situation. That's why we tell the customers to do a certain thing, because we're preparing in a case emergency situation. So yeah, that is my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Leave your suggestion on what you want me to do next. I'm actually on a layover in San Francisco with my family, so this is why you see this background. Yeah, I'm here for a little bit and I'm leaving today, but I will see you guys in my next video. Ciao!